News Hour Special Edition.
Very warm welcome. You're watching the News Hour Special Edition with me, Pratibha Chandran, and video journalist Sunil. We're joining you live from Karur, the incident, the horrific stampede that has taken place during Talapati Vijay's rally in Tamil Nadu. 40 lives have been snuffed out, which means that 40 families have been scarred forever. They had come out to watch their actor-turned-politician Talapati Vijay's rally in their town, and it turned into absolute tragedy. The youngest victim being just 2 years old. The family members have been shattered completely. Many questions still arise on what happened, what led to the stampede. Could it have been avoided? Whose mismanagement is responsible? And were the authorities waiting for a tragedy to strike before taking action? We're going to break down the details of what actually happened that led to the stampede, where the buck stops, where the accountability comes in as well. But first up, let's also get you the eyewitness accounts. Now, eyewitnesses have been speaking about multiple theories. Some say that there was a power cut as Vijay just arrived here as he was to address the crowd, and that is what led to chaos. Many others believe that the ambulance was trying to wade through the supporters, and that is what led to some kind of chaos. There are multiple questions that come in, questions also on Vijay, on the fact that the number of people who were expected to come in increased manifold. The permission was for 10,000, but many more people arrived here, about 30 to 50,000 people. So it raises multiple questions. There are multiple theories that have come in as well. We break down each of these details for you. We'll talk about who is responsible. Is it the TVK or is it the DMK government? A lot of questions coming in, but first up, let's play out what the police officials are saying. Interestingly, the police officials were also being questioned about the security and the law and order in Karur, have put the blame squarely on Vijay of the TVK, going on to say that they did not have permission, the crowds were swelling and they did not take action, saying it is Vijay, the actor-turned-politician, who is responsible. Listen in to what the police officials have to say on who is responsible for the tragedy.
எந்த ஒரு பாதுகாப்பு அமைப்பாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, அதில் யார் கலந்துக்கிறாங்களோ அவங்களுடைய ஒத்துழைப்பும் காவல்துறைக்கு தேவை. இப்போ டிஎஸ்பி வந்து கரூர் டவுன் டிஎஸ்பி வந்து நம்ம மேம்பாலத்திலிருந்து அந்த பேசுகிற இடத்துக்கு வந்து அவர் தான் வந்து அந்த டீமோட பேசி கூட்டு வந்திருக்கிறாரு. ஒரு அட்லீஸ்ட் 50 மீட்டர்ஸ் பிஃபோர் அந்த ஸ்பீக்கிங் பாயிண்ட்ல வச்சு பேசி சொல்லியிருக்கிறாரு. சரிங்க, நிறுத்திக்கலாம், வேண்டாம், கூட்டம் ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தியா இருக்குது, இங்க வச்சே பேசலாம்னு சொல்லிட்டு. அதுக்கும் அந்த ஆர்கனைசர்ஸ் மறுத்துருக்காங்க. இல்ல நாங்க அந்த பாயிண்ட்டுக்கு தான் போகணும், இங்க இருந்து எங்களுக்கு கவரேஜ் நல்லா கிடைக்காது, இங்க இருந்து எங்களுக்கு வந்து சரியா மைக் கேட்காது, சரியா கேட்காது.
But viewers, politics is also clouding the probe into the incident. There are multiple versions that are coming in amid the questions being raised on the TVK and Talapati Vijay. The TVK says that it is a political conspiracy. They have in fact hinted that they had asked for a bigger venue where bigger crowds could come in, and they were denied permission. They have in fact said that they had been very, very clear that the crowds would be swelling in. They knew that huge number of people would be coming into the crowd, and yet they were denied permission. Now, this has been the TVK's version, while on the other hand, there are questions that are continuing to be raised on the administration as well. Why is it that permission was not granted? Many from the DMK also hinting that there was a lackadaisical attitude from Vijay's side as well. The police had laid down multiple conditions for Vijay, and yet he refused to follow them.
The government stand is very clear. The Chief Minister was here himself at 1 o'clock last night, and he's ensured that the district machinery and the party machinery is here to support. I cannot talk about anybody else. I think my leader was here as an example, and our party leaders and people who've public representatives are here on the ground supporting people, reaching out to them, telling them that they are there and reassuring them. this is the kind of politics I know about. Other people I do not want to say.
There's a call saying that there's a conspiracy behind this. How do you see that?
See, there is a one-woman commission which has been appointed by the Chief Minister, and I think Madam is already here, and let the commission come out with his.
Much more tragedy, very, very big tragedy. The precautionary action taken by the government.
And how are the patients?
My party want to CBI inquiry.
So the TVK is facing flack. It's busy passing the buck to the DMK. The DMK has responded, put the blame on the TVK. More political reactions coming in. We have also spoken to the former Tamilnadu BJP president K. Annamalai, who said that the blame lies entirely with the DMK government, saying Intel should have suggested that crowds are swelling and it is the police department, the DMK government, that is responsible. Here's our exclusive conversation with K. Annamalai. We're here at the Stampede location where the unfortunate incident took place. Former BJP president of Tamil Nadu, Annamalai, is with us. Mr. Annamalai, who do you blame for the tragedy that took place?
Madam, it is very unfortunate. What happened in Karur should not have happened. It happened yesterday. 40 people have lost their lives. I've been speaking to the press there also that an event of this magnitude, right from day one, there is a lot of confusion and shambles. The government has to play the role of a honest broker so that you take care of people's safety also, you take care of organizers' demand also. In this case, neither the organizers' demand of a different place inside Karur. This is a very small place, madam. Not even 5,000 people will accommodate. So this is the first fault. Politically, you want to push a rally to this side, not with the center stage there, which Udayanidhi Stalin, others, they get that. Second, when people coming in huge numbers, they come with the trust that government will take care of their safety. You don't even take care. This locality where we're standing, 6 people have died. Their houses are here. Out of 46 people's houses are nearby. And it is completely the local administration's fault because this is waiting to happen. Perambalur was on the edge. In Karur it happened. Very unfortunate. With respect to Mr. Vijay, we find fault with respect to the way the whole rally was designed on a Saturday, coming at 8 o'clock, where mothers and children will come in big numbers. That is why children close to 10 people have died. So that Mr. Vijay and his party has to take responsibility and to rectify it. But yesterday's incident, what happened here, I don't find Vijay is at fault. Because he can come to any place of his choice, provided the government gives permission. People can also come to watch anybody of their choice. So the government failed in its role of acting as a honest broker.
Okay, and what would you say to Vijay? Because many are accusing him of leaving after the Stampede incident took place. He still hasn't spoken or raised questions on the government.
Let us give someone the benefit of doubt. A cinema icon coming to politics. Like we are talking, he is also grieving. I'm very sure. Who will like people to come and die in their own rally? So every lesson has to be learned. It's a very, very important lesson, very hard lesson, very valuable lesson. 40 lives. Mr. Vijay, let us give the benefit of doubt. Let him recoup, come back strong, present himself before the public. Let people make their choice. We and Vijay are on the opposite, completely ideological opposite side. So let the EVMs decide, people decide. And Mr. Vijay, I will not find fault with him for he going back to Chennai and all. What he does from today onwards is what people will watch. How his party is coming, taking care of people, supporting them. That is what we are interested to watch.
So interesting reaction that came in from the BJP, going on to say that Vijay is not to blame. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He would not have expected such a tragedy to take place. This comes at a time when DMK has been raising multiple questions on Vijay. Let's open this up. We have guests joining us this evening. Mr. Kovai Satya, National Spokesperson of the AIADMK, joins us on the broadcast. Selam Dharnidharan, National Spokesperson of the DMK, also on the broadcast with us. Kalyana Raman, Senior Leader of the BJP. PK Jain, former IPS officer. And Harish Mohammed Ibrahim, Political Analyst, also on the broadcast with us. I want to begin by asking Selam Dharnidharan, who is responsible for the tragedy? Because the TVK seems to be suggesting that there is a political conspiracy. They've also approached the court. They've said that the CCTVs from around the area should also be preserved, hinting that this is a case of political conspiracy.
About politics, I would like to firstly express condolences for the lost life, more than 40, and those injured in the hospital, more than 80 in number. It's a very unfortunate incident because some of them who passed away, they're also the sole breadwinners for their family, and there are also a lot of children who have unfortunately died. So this is a very unfortunate incident, and we should rise above politics. But as soon as the incident happened, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu immediately convened an high-level meeting at the Secretariat at 9 o'clock and immediately left for Karur and reached Karur by 2 a.m. in the night and stayed there and then returned back to Chennai. And the ministers were dispatched to the site at 8:30 p.m. itself to make sure that more lives are not
But
lost.
why wait for the tragedy to happen? That's a bigger question. Why wait for a tragedy to happen? Because you're saying that, yes, permission was granted for a certain number, but was there no police intel when there is a star of the stature of Talapati Vijay? Was the police department not expecting the crowds to swell?
See, Vijay has had two major conferences, one in Madurai and then one near Viluppuram. Earlier, many people had turned up and similar rallies have happened. But when he was starting these road shows, initially the police department was hesitant to give permission, and then they had curtailed the timing and everything. And in fact, including your channel, most channels asked, is your party afraid or is your government afraid of Vijay that the permission has not been given? I said it's the police that has to decide based on what is safe, right? Or rather to protect law and order. And then based on the experience, from police is an institution. Based on the experience, they're given a list of conditions. In fact, they initially asked to have the rally in the bus stand road, lighthouse, and Valluvar Sandai. But those were, because the roads were narrow and congested place, they were allocated Veluswamipur. Right, that's a very important point. Because a broader road, and this is exactly where a few weeks earlier AIADMK had conducted.
No, but the charge against the DMK government and the police department is that when there are DMK functions that are held, then bigger locations are given. Permission is given for bigger locations. But for Vijay, similar permission was not given. And is there a hesitation in acting against Vijay because the state knows that there could be a backlash? Is that the reason why, if the crowds were swelling, why not just cancel permission for the rally? Mr. Kovasakin, do you agree? The DMK saying that the police department had been very careful and hinting that perhaps it was Vijay or the TVK that could not control the crowd, and that is what led to the tragedy.
Good evening. The responsibility and onus lies on both the parties, TVK as well as the DMK. The question here comes out is, could this be averted? Could be something which the state government could have done to avoid such situation is the question that is being asked. The answer to it is yes, it could have been avoided. There could have been a larger venue which could have been given to TVK to host a rally that would have saved 39 precious lives. Last year in Chennai, there was an air show which took place when MK Stalin took part. 5 precious lives were lost. Looks like the government and the government machinery has not learned their lessons. People were made to fend for water. It is the duty of the state machinery to look at what could go wrong as well. It is not just that they ask for a permission, we are given the permission, our role is done and dusted. The responsibility and the buck doesn't stop there. The responsibility starts from where the entire event gets kick-started and it has to get completed. Has this government taken the adequate measures and responsibility to respond to such scenarios? The answer is zero. Since 2 hours after this entire tragedy took place, the government machinery was running enter and skelter to provide human manpower in the government hospitals by calling doctors from the nearby districts. There were no pediatricians. Let's accept the fact that the government machinery's incompetence has costed lives. We cannot negate the fact. We can blame TVK. Yes, TVK's leader left Trichy has not gone well with the people of Tamil Nadu, including his cadres. It looks like he ran away from the place rather than taking the whole responsibility. At the same time, this government can't wash away their hands stating that we did all we could. Ambulances were pasted with stickers of DMK logo and they were flying in the middle of this fiasco. Such is the plight, such is the misery that is taking place, and they're trying to take advantage of the situation by trying to paint the picture as if the government machinery has done justice. It is a failure of this government machinery. The failure of this government who couldn't plan properly.
Mr. Selim, how do you respond to that? Because these are some of the charges that have come in, that the ambulances went through the crowds. There was a lot of anger, which is why the ambulances were also attacked. There's also a charge being leveled by some of the eyewitnesses that power was deliberately switched off. That led to some chaos as well.
See, firstly and foremost, I was trying to complete an important point, so let me give me some time to speak. Do not cut me off. So the reason why Veluswamipuram was given was only because it was a big space. Vijay's big for Vijay's conferences, 20 acres, 25 acres of land permission was given. So it's a very preposterous suggestion that DMK is afraid of TVK and do not want to give any permission. So having told this, the main reason why it resulted in the chaos was because Vijay said the conference is going to start at 8:45 in Namakkal, but it's boarded to start at only at 8:50, and then again further got delayed from Trichy to reach Namakkal. So he reached Namakkal only at 2 instead of at 8:45, and by the time he had reached Karur, people had been waiting in hot sun from 12 o'clock until 7 p.m. No water arrangements had been done, and people were dehydrated, and some of them had not had breakfast, lunch, and also food in the evening. So because of that, a lot of them panicked, and reasons why ambulance was sent, because people, even in Namakkal itself, I'm saying at 2 p.m. in Namakkal itself, about 20 people fainted, and then ambulance had to take them to the hospital to hydrate them. They were put in IV. Right? So why were the ambulance going? Because people were fainting. If we could have stopped the conference, what would have the charges been? You would have said you have done politics. But the whole point, more importantly, also that the crowd was uncontrollable.
Okay, let me take this across to Mr. Jain, former IPS officer. Okay, but you're saying that Vijay should have ensured that he calls off the rally, but isn't the onus on the police officials? Mr. Jain, who is responsible? Because on one hand, the police department says that Vijay was very clearly told your supporters should not come from one location to the other. Supporters started coming in. In a situation like this, even Vijay can say, I don't have control over my supporters. If they follow me, I won't be able to stop them. Is it the job of the police officials? Is it the failure of the police officials that they could not control the crowd at the spot? Or is the onus on the organizers, in this case, Vijay's TVK?
Good evening, Pratibha. Thank you very much for having me on the show. My condolences to the bereaved families. Well, it is purely a failure on the part of the administration, including the police. Because, number one, they should have, gauging the popularity of the actor turned politician, they should have allocated a space which could have accommodated much larger number of people. The very fact that they gave a caution to the organizers that they should not allow people from one venue to come to the other venue is preposterous, because everybody knows that for rallies like this, the movement of people is organized by the parties concerned. Vehicles, their own workers' own vehicles, party provides vehicles, they ask their leaders to bring as many number of people as possible. So it is preposterous that the organizers will not do that. In this case, apparently the numbers were going to swell. It was known to everybody. But I think the police could have stopped and checked at various locations en route. They could have stopped and checked at various locations to the venue, which could have been done. But apparently the entire thing was taken very lightly. Number two, in such political rallies, which are at a place like Kannur, which smaller places, always an alternative arrangement is made for light. Some generators are kept there. Such a huge rally, such a huge fan following of the person concerned, and the generators were not provided. It was for 30 minutes, I'm told, the light was out, and it created chaos. So if that was the kind of thing, I think the total lackadaisical approach by the district administration, including the police, is what is responsible for this chaos and for these unfortunate deaths and injuries and the stampede. So that's my absolute professional opinion. I am not driven by any political parties, but as a professional police officer, my take on this is what I have told you just now. Pratibha.
Okay, all right. So the administration is largely to blame, because in such cases, the onus lies on them. Police deployment was there at the spot. Mr. Kalyanaraman, do you agree that there was police deployment in this political bickering, while the DMK blames the TVK blames the DMK? It is innocent lives. 40 families have been shattered forever, and these were individuals who just came out to see their favorite star, actor turned politician Talapati Vijay, and they put their faith on Vijay. They put their faith on the state administration that they would be safe when they're coming out to a rally, when they're just coming out to watch their favorite star.
Not a single factor related to Vijay and his potential rallies and numbers, the timing, not a single one of them is not in the knowledge of the government. That means the government knew what is bound to happen, what is going to happen, how the crowd is going to swell, what time Vijay is going to come. Everything is very well known to them. And TVK, the party run by Vijay, had indeed applied for a larger space. Here, Salem Dharnidharan is misleading the society by saying that a larger space was given. The place sought by the TVK was much, much bigger than the place provided by the police department. The conspiracy is that the place is being governed by Senthil Balaji, an accused in Tasmac, Transform and other cases, that he was arrested by ED and was in jail for over 450 days. This guy wanted to ensure that the Vijay's rally does not become a success, for which he had used the police dispensation to ensure that it is shifted from a larger place to a tardy place, where the crowd is bound to have suffocation, crowd is bound to have sunstroke, crowd is bound to have problem of not having water and other
In fact,
facilities.
some have also been speaking about how Vijay started speaking about about Senthil Balaji. This is a town where he is known to wield some power, and that is what led to some anger as well. Salem Dharnidharan very quickly respond to that. The charge that Senthil Balaji and many do believe, there are reports also suggesting that Vijay made a mention of him, and that is when things seem to have gotten out of hand.
See, this is not movie, right, for all this conspiracy. The administration always tries to provide best governance. That's why law and order in Tamil Nadu in the last 400 years the chief minister has been improved. So a quick rebuttal to also say that there were generators. In fact, there are also videos circulating of how the generator was being destroyed by TVK cadres. The video has been circulating everywhere. We've been having videos of policemen being attacked, right? And this happened in Trichy itself. That's why even the High Court gave a warning to Vijay. Right? So I think when people speak, they should get the facts clear. There was clear videos of how generator was there, and the generator room was being attacked by TVK functionaries. And why there was electricity cut? One, there was a request by the TVK itself, and second, because they're climbing on the electricity poles. What do you do when someone climbs on the electricity pole? Let them climb, get electrocuted, and fall down? No, the standard procedure is that when someone is going to climb to the electric pole, the electricity will be cut short. So let's stop all these conspiracies, right? My chief minister immediately went there, and he's been ministers have stayed put there. We have not slept for the last 48 hours. Last 30 hours ever since the incident.
Harish Mohammed, very quickly, did the state respond immediately after that? Were there lapses? Because the TVK suggests that there could be a political conspiracy that led to the tragedy.
Oh, it is, first of all, it is a man-made disaster, which is quite unfortunate. But the state administration, from the local administration till after these kind of rampage happen, the administration has given its full potential in responding to the whatever what's happened, which is. But having said that, whether the TVK is responsible, yes, of course, because the swelling of crowds from 6 a.m. till 7 p.m., which is almost 12 and 13 hours, which caused the delay by Mr. Vijay, who was supposed to be there by 8:45 in Namakkal, who only flown from Chennai itself, started from Chennai itself by 8:45. So almost the first junction and the second junction, he had almost 7 to 8 hours of delay, where the people have been exertions happen and in a large number. But the administration, which even sent an ambulances on the rally, once they hear there has been a dehydration, people have been occurring with dehydration. But having said that, AIADMK, Mr. Edappadi Palanichami, during his previous
So you're
meeting,
saying that delay by Vijay also added to the chaos. The blame lies with the TVK, with Vijay. But amid all of these questions coming in, the question still remains, what does this mean for Vijay's political career? Is this a tragedy that will unfortunately be forgotten? Will Vijay continue with his rallies? Did he fail his first big test? But as these questions continue to haunt the people of Tamil Nadu, for 40 families who have lost their loved ones, this is an evening that they will never forget. They came out to watch their favorite star with their faith on Vijay, with their faith on the DMK government, and yet both the government and Vijay failed them. Unfortunately for the families, this is a night that they will always remember with a lot of sadness, with a lot of grief that will never leave them. We're thanking our guests for joining us on the broadcast and slipping into a short break here. We'll be right back.